SDG is short from Sustainable Development Goals. Sustainable development is the way to make the world a better place for everyone without destroying possibility for the next generations. According to the UN commitment in 2015, the Sustainable Development Goal consists of 17 major topics and 169 minor topics. The 17 major topics also can be categorized in 5 dimensions, but is still also connected to each other.
We start with the first goal, no poverty. End poverty in all its forms everywhere. And target by 2030, the first is eradicate extreme poverty for all people everywhere. Increase people income above $1.25 per day. Next is reduce at least by half the proportion of our age living in poverty in all its dimensions. Next is achieve substantial coverage of the poor and the vulnerable. Next is ensure that all people have equal rights to economic resource. And the last one is build the resilience of the poor and those in vulnerable situations. Next is the second goal, zero hunger. End hunger, achieve food security, improve nutrition, and promote sustainable agriculture. And target by 2030, the first is end hunger and ensure access by all people to safe nutrition and significant foods all year round. Next is end all form of malnutrition. Next is double the agricultural productivity and income of small-scale food producers. Next is ensure sustainable food production system and implement resilient agricultural practices. The last one is maintain the genetic diversity of seeds, cultivated plants and farmers, and domesticated animals and their related wild species.
Goal 3. Good health and well-being. Ensure healthy life and promote well-being for all at all ages. Research and development of drugs and vaccines. For target by 2030, the first one is end the spread of AIDS, tuberculosis, malaria, and other communicable diseases. The second is reduce premature mortality from NCDs. The third, reduce the global maternal mortality rate to below 70 per 100,000 live births. Next is reduce the number of morbidity and mortality from hazardous chemicals. The last is everyone has access to quality essential health service and access to medicine. Goal 4. Quality education. Ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunity for all. For target by 2030, the first one ensure that boys and girls complete primary and secondary education. The second is providing all men and women access to affordable and quality technical, vocational, tertiary, and university education. The third is ensure that all youth and a high proportion of adults, both men and women, are literate and computable. Next is ensure that all learners receive the knowledge and skill necessary to promote sustainable development. The last is eliminate gender disparity in education.
Goal 5. Gender equality, gender rights and violence. Target by 2030. 1. End all forms of discrimination against all women and girls everywhere. 2. Eliminate all forms of violence against all women and girls in the public and private spheres. 3. Eliminate all harmful practices such as child, early and forced marriage, and female genital mutilation. 4. ensure women's full and effective participation and equal opportunities for leadership at all levels of decision making in political, economic, and public life. Goal 6. Clean water and sanitation. To ensure clean water and sanitation for all. Target by 2030. 1. Achieve universal and equitable access to safe and affordable drinking water for all. 2. Achieve access to adequate and equitable sanitation and hygiene for all and end open defecation. 3. Improve water quality by reducing pollution, eliminating dumping, and minimizing release of hazardous chemicals and materials. 4. Substantially increase water use efficiency across all sectors and ensure sustainable results. 5. Implement integrated water resources management at all levels.
Prosperity. To ensure that all human beings can enjoy prosperous and fulfilling life, and that economic, social, and technological progress occur in harmony with nature. Affordable and clean energy. Target by 2030. To ensure universal access to affordable. 2. To increase substantially the share of renewable energy in the global energy mix. 3. To double the global rate of improvement in energy efficiency. 4. To enhance international cooperation to facilitate access to research, technology, and investment. 5. To expand infrastructure and upgrade technology for supplying modern and sustainable energy service.
Goal 8. Decent work and economic growth. This will promote substantial economic growth, higher levels of productivity, and technological innovation. The target is 1. Sustainable economic growth. 2. Diversify, innovate, and upgrade for economic productivity. 3. Promote policy to support job creation and growing enterprise. 4. Improve resource efficiency in consumption and production. 5. Full employment and decent work with equal pay. 6. Promote youth employment, education, and training. 7. End modern slavery, trafficking, and child labor. Protect labor rights and promote safe working environment. Promote beneficial and sustainable tourism. 9. Universal access to banking, insurance, and financial service. 10. Increase aid for trade support. 11. Develop a global youth employment strategy. Goal 9. Industry, innovation, and infrastructure. Investment in infrastructure and innovation are crucial drivers of economic growth and development. The target 1. Develop sustainable, resilient, and inclusive infrastructure. 2. Promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization. 3. Increase access to financial service and market. 4. Upgrade all industry and infrastructure for sustainability. 5. Enhance research and upgrade industrial technologies. 6. Facilitate sustainable infrastructure development for developing countries. 7. Support domestic technology development and industrial diversification. 8. Universal access to information and communication technology.
Goal 10. Reduce inequalities. This strategy calls for reducing inequalities in income as well as those based on age, sex, disability, race, origin, religion, or economic or other status within a country. Sustainable city and community. The world is becoming increasingly urbanized since 2007. More than half of the world population has been living in cities, and that share is projected to rise to 60% by 2030. And this is the goal 11 targets in 2030. Example, by 2030, ensure access for all to adequate, safe, and affordable housing and basic service and upgrade slums. Another example is, by 2030, enhance inclusive and sustainable urbanization in capital city for the participatory. Responsible consumption and production. Sustainable consumption and production is about doing more and better with less. It is also about decoupling economic growth from environmental degradations, increasing resources efficiency, and promoting sustainable lifestyle. And the target in 2030s are promote public procurement practice that are sustainable in accordance with national policies and priorities. By 2030, ensure that people everywhere have the relevant information and awareness for sustainable development and lifestyle in harmony with nature.
In the next topic, it is about the planet. To protect the planet from the degradation, including through sustainable consumption and production, sustainably managing its natural resources and taking urgent action on climate change, so that it can support the needs of present and future generations. Goal 13, about climate action. We have like 5 targets here. And the first one is to strengthen resilience and adaptive capacity to climate-related disaster. It's about to strengthen resilience and adaptive capacity to climate-related hazards and natural disasters in our country. Next, we want to integrate climate change measures into policy and planning. The next target is to build knowledge and capacity to meet climate change. And for the next one, it is about to implement the UN Flame Network Convention on Climate Change, or UNFCCC, to address the need of developing countries in the context of meaningful mitigation actions and transparency on implementation, and fully operationalize a green climate fund through its capitalization as soon as possible. And the last target, it is to promote mechanism to raise capacity for climate planning and management. It is goal 14, life below water. In this goal, there are quite a lot of targets, and all of that targets are to reduce marine pollution, to protect and restore ecosystem, to reduce ocean acidification, and for sustainable fishing, and to conserve coastal and marine area, to end subsidize contributing to overfishing, to increase the economic benefit from sustainable use of marine resources, increase scientific knowledge, research, and technology for ocean health, to support small-scale fisheries, and to implement and enforce international sea law. Life on land. Goal 15. In this goal, we want to conserve and restore terrestrial and freshwater ecosystem, and deforestation and restore degraded forest, and desertification and restore degraded land, ensure conservation of mountain ecosystem, protect biodiversity and natural habitats, promote access to genetic resources and fair sharing of the benefit, eliminate poaching and trafficking of protected species, prevent invasive alien species on land and in water ecosystem, integrate ecosystem and biodiversity in governmental planning, increase financial resources to conserve and sustainably use ecosystem and biodiversity, finance and incentivize sustainable forest management, and combat global poaching and trafficking.
16. Peace, justice, and strong institutions. Goal 16. Peace. Strengthens relevant national institutions, including the international cooperation, for building capacity at all levels, in particular in developing countries, to prevent violence and combat terrorism and crime, promote and enforce non-discriminatory law and policy for sustainable development.
For the topic of partnership, there is only one goal. It is partnerships for the goals. It strengthens the means of implementation and revitalize the global partnership for sustainable development. and to increase international cooperation and strengthen global partnerships at governmental level. This should help developing countries to strengthen domestic resource mobilization, including through international support, mobilize additional financial resources from multiple sources, attain long-term debt sustainability through coordinated policies aimed at fostering debt financing.
Okay, and now we want given our listeners and comprehension of the Sustainable Development Goal topic, which of the 17 topic list above is the most essential? In the opinion of all our friends as well as the listener for the present topic.
I think the most important one is reduce inequalities because everyone can have access to health and well-being in a thorough and efficient manner and also have access to education and receive basic education and receive good treatment, good care without waiting in a long queues and increasing job opportunities, income, equal employment list, and more qualities both inside and outside the country.
Example, education children have unequal opportunity. Wealthy families go to good school and have many modern technology, but poor family uneducated. Public health service of health medical treatment. High costs have to use good medical equipment. Medical treatment for those who receive prompt treatment.
Decent work and economic growth. Good economy results in self-supporting develop yourself in a good way. Have a better quality of life, increase income, have money. Country is progress. Have money in compromise funding to solve other problems, such as the environment. Make foreign country want to invest doing business the country make the country earn more.
In my opinion, quality education is the most important because firstly, great education is the basis of the country's sustainable development. Second, education can help people to develop their knowledge and help to develop country in the several areas. Third, education will help citizens to have a better job and better life. Lastly, people who have a good education will have a high potential to make right decisions to develop the country.
Important things are, and why do you think about that?
I think zero hunger because if they can allocate with other part, everyone will have a good meal.
I think clean water and sanitation because I believe that when we have progress in another area, we will be ready to move forward. People will have better understanding of the world of the resources. Everyone understand how to conserve water and how to manage the amount of whichever discharged into the sea. We shall be able to drink pure water at the leisure of it. In the future, where the government has the least participation, sustainable consumption will be possible. Okay, and now we want given our listeners and comprehension of the Sustainable Development Goal topic, which of the 17 topic list above is the most essential? In the opinion of all our friends as well as the listener for the present topic.
Okay, we move to 5P.
In your opinion, which one do you think is the most important in this 5P? Why?
I think economy and nation stability require establishment for policy that pressure the economy to the same direction to be ready to change global trade.
Economic nation to sustainable must have policy management who like to put the economy in the same direction. To be ready to certify the change in the global trade. The progress of technology is the key to solving other problems.
And in this 5P, which one do you think is the least important? And why do you think is this one?
The less important of 5P in my opinion is partnership, because almost people do not know much about policy, so that may cause misunderstanding and will end up with unsustainable development.
In my opinion, start from develop the foundation in country before to go to international, and want to solve a problem in part of industry and agriculture for high quality to begin in with abroad. And I would to end this conversation. Bye bye. Thanks for your opinion.
Poverty eradication help people around the world improve their life and our future. MDGs also help move people out of extreme poverty. It also had a positive effect on ending hunger, achieve food security. Nutrition is also being improved, which in this field also had the effect of initiating education with appropriate technology development. This ensures that there is enough nutrition food for people to be stable.
I disagree with you because changing infrastructure, consumption habits, and this whole transition in sustainable development goals can be very expensive. In general, the first world would not have much difficulty in adopting new forms of energy, but in the developing nations, it would not be possible to assume these expenses. In addition, war-torn countries may be forced to face other priorities first, even if the lack of sustainable development may have contributed to those circumstances in the first place. Moreover, many unstable governments are unwilling to manage the tensions between ready profits and the long-term cost of shifting towards sustainable development, even when those long-term investments may pay off in the future.
Sustainable Development Goals have 5 main goals: to eradicate poverty, reduce inequality, leave no one behind, does not destroy resources and the environment, and including giving greater importance to the participation of all sections which must join in driving sustainable development, such as the people group on the quality of people life, about target 1 to 5, to focus on eliminating poverty and hunger, reduce inequality in society, make the well-being of the people even better.
SDGs goals in practice are not 100% real. Both poverty eradication is not just about income, but it must also be a basic survival, such as public health, education, good sanitation. Earning extra income might not help much if you don't get these services. And increasing life expectancy, the factor causing death is not just disease, but also including the matter of accidents, which is difficult to control in terms of employment that will lead to economic growth. They must be a matter of new technology. This makes exploitation of employees could impact in that industry. And there is the issue of inequality that makes the less fortunate to pay more.
Good health and well-being is to ensure the health and well-being of all people as all ages
our well-being affects our mental health, social health, intellectual and physical health, or that we don't get sick. It also offers universal health insurance and provides safe and effective access to medicine and vaccine for everyone. Gertie also focuses on tobacco and reducing mortality such as endis provide stable neonatal mortality, stop the spread of AIDS, malaria, and the issue of young alcohol.
From the goals of SDGs, Sustainable City, I really disagree with it. It's more that environment around us is more good, but I think that this part use more budgets for developing, because we must use the modern and convenient energy which impact the less effects. For the example, renewable energy, how to use it. Definitely, we change from the renewable energy to electric energy to use it. The change of this energy have a complex system and expensive gadgets such as solar cells, windmills, or motor. And the other example, green architecture, is building the green and green residence. So they install the solar cells and system, smart HVAC system, and plant many trees. Smart HVAC system is the system reduce the energy and greenhouse gas. In summary, you will invest heavily and may cost the expensive residence so that someone leave it.
Quality education has the goal to provide everyone with an equitable education. Everyone will receive a quality education and support throughout their study life. Everyone will have equal knowledge, reduce gender inequality and finance. Also, quality education gives a chance to everyone to have knowledge, skill, attitude, creativity, and can build on their skill to cover their career.
4. Today, quality education is good, but the education system in some countries hinder the quality education. For the example, in Thailand, everyone can access the education easily. Conversely, there aren't the standards for learning and management for the learning. The national test isn't associated with content in the school, so someone must study the tutorial school having the expense and for management instead of teacher just teaching, but some teachers need to do something such as account office. They must just only teach. Those courses still overlapping in social. Because of those, they make less effective learning at cost. Someone not access to the system. Finally, we fix the Thai education system before so as to assessing at all.
Gender equality. Gender equality, it helps to strengthen women and girls, reduce and eliminate all forms of violence against women. Women should be entitled to work equally with men. Women should be able to work in every occupation. There shouldn't be any career that women can't do it. Not only women deserve equality, but the third gender or LGBT. They should also be entitled to gender equality.
I really disagree with gender equality because some countries have a rule or law which don't support and obstacle this equality. It may be caused by religion or outdated thoughts, and some countries don't make advantage with LGBTQ+, such as Thailand, which the government cancel the law about gender equality. It mustn't have just only men or women. it must have every some that if you develop that quality, everyone must understand and quality follow the privilege each other and don't discriminate the other. Finally, we must support the canceling the law or rule which is discrimination of degrading the human and impose the law about gender equality.
Protect the planet, support clean energy use by using solar or wind power in the overhaul. Solar and wind power is regarded as the best power energy, clean energy, reuse, reduce, and repurpose of new items or the objects that we use in our daily life. Mobile phone, coaching, book, and furniture all have as constant cost and impact on in the environment.